Okay, I'm Vishal Shere. Okay, I'm working in SLB as DevOps lead. Okay, and managing OTM related deliverables. Right. So first of all, it's a pleasure to be here in the OTM SIG conference today. Right. And for this, I would like to thank Mohan, Venkat, Sai, and also to my leadership team. Okay, Olivier Grappine, Kapil Lahoti. Right. So here I'll be sharing and talking about the SLB journey, okay, and how we have leveraged the OTM transport management and into the digital transformation, and how we have been shaped, okay, to the future of logistics. So here it's all about I'll be talking first about the SLB, like who we are at SLB and what drives us. Then the second, I think the slides is going to be on our OTM journey, okay, how we started and how we evolved. The third slide will be migrating to OTM cloud. Okay, that's a turning point that's unlock innovations to us. So let me help you to introduce about the SLB. The SLB begins its story in 1926 in Paris, founded by two brothers, Cornard and Marcel Schlumberger, with a vision of revolutionize energy. Fast forward a century, and we are over 100 countries. We are over 100 countries driving decarbonization and digital transformation in new energy system. Our mission is simple yet profound: energy innovation for a balanced planet. And we make sure that every decision what we make is guided by the purpose. And also, I would be more proud to tell to in this forum, right? So we are sitting right now in 99 years, okay, and next year we will be 100 years, okay, as an SLB. So that makes a proud moment in our company, to me and to all of us. Moving to the next slide, okay, OTM journey. Our OTM logistics started in 2012 with on-prem like 6.10, okay, that version we have started. Back then, it was like building a strong foundation for a house. Over time, we have added flows, optimizing, scaling, and adapting. And we haven't stopped there. But by 2022, we realized the house needed to become a smart home. That's when we embraced OTM SaaS. And after that, also, we haven't stopped over there. We are still involved in the innovations in the OTM. So to be proud to be said, like we are more than a decade into the OTM journey in SLB. And as we all know, logistics, it's just about not moving the goods from A to B or locations to it, okay? It's it's all about predicting disruption before they happen, optimizing the route in real time, and creating a resilient supply chain that's adapt like a living thing. Now, moving to the next slide, which is like the OTM migration journey from on-prem to the cloud. Migration wasn't just a technical upgrade to us. It was a leap of faith. Partnering with Infosys, we moved from OTM on-prem 642 to OTM SaaS. And while doing that, we have make sure that the benefits was a game changing to us. And the first, I would say, the cost efficiency. So no more heavy lifting with infrastructure. The second was enhancing the bench workbench, which help us and the business with the user experience that feels intuitive and modern visions to them. Third is like the continuous innovation, quarterly updates from the Oracle without downtime, like getting new feature overnights. Again, it's a game changer for us. That helps a lot. Okay. The third part, the fourth is AI driven logistics, machine learning, predicting ATAs before delay occurs. That also helps a lot. The fifth, native API integrations, seamless connectivity for automation. This helps a lot to connect with our carriers, okay? The direct connections with the API, that helps a lot to us, and where we have opened the door for the automation in our SLB as well as with the carrier. secure authentication, OAuth to keep us data safe, okay, and reliable for inbound and outbound integrations, real-time reporting. So also I would like to say like we have been implemented the old Golden Gate, Oracle Golden Gate, and we are using the Golden Gate migrations. Like this helps us for live dashboards, which we have been created internally, and for the analytical reports. And there are many benefits are there definitely over period of time, which we like. There are many things, but today we are like I like to cover this part to it. But here it's twice twist migrating massive historical data, like moving to an entire library without losing a single book. That was a challenging part we have overcome. But I would like to say, right, and with the help of Infosys, we have achieved with the Infosys tool, data migration tool. It was a faster than anyone expected to it. So it was like amazing journey till now, and we are not stopping here. We will be involved in the Oracle journey with OTM, right, and with our partners. So before I close it, right, so I would like to like show that the logistics can be more than operational. It can be intelligent, predictive, and resilient. The future isn't coming. Okay, it's already here, and we are leaving it. So I would like to thank everyone once again. Okay, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah, sorry. Initially, we always start off with an introduction and then we talk about all these case studies or whatever we talk about. But then, being a last session and it's almost last of the year when we are going to be in front of us, we, we slightly changed this because the customer is the first to come here and talk to you, right? So it was about a journey with them, not just the migration, and it is a continuous journey, and how we will be able to use the product further, right? It's not just about I move to cloud and then just leave it, right? You look at from a large companies having your presence across the globe with so many different units, so many different markets which you are talking about it. Yeah, so it's so many geographies you're working on. After the implementation, it is important that you measure it, right? You have to do certain assessment to see where you are. In many places, in my experience, I see that in Europe, the solution has been adopted, but in US, it never get adopted, right? For various reasons. It's nothing wrong with them. But what we are trying to do here is basically to talk about as a topic is that after the implementation of the OTM cloud, we do the normal AMS and possibly the upgrades, etc. We are taking care. And some bigger initiatives comes, right? Somebody from the top says that, oh, you go for the broader implementations, right? It could be on the environmental regulations or any things which comes from the top, we do that. But many times, because every quarterly we are getting some new features, overall it will be able to see that, okay, of these 100 features which is coming in, there are 10 features which will be helpful for me. And if you go and talk to the business and have an exchange of it, that is where you are actually moving from a digital to a digitalization. Our aim, I know yesterday and today we've been talking about AI, right? Enough discussion on AI. Our approach, that's important, no doubt about it. Our approach along with AI, we also want to talk about how to really harness the benefits after going to the cloud, and by doing small, you're actually getting higher benefits. And also, you say that there are certain benchmarks and I am up to that. So that is when I call that we have completely done the digitalization. And then the companies are able to really benefit out of it. So that's the story which we thought of talking to you. And I'm sure I don't want to really spend a lot of time on this one. Okay. So this is basically the team which we thought of bringing to you today to you. We have two customers. One is basically Vishal. He just discussed about it. Another customer is from GE Appliances. And so he couldn't join today. On behalf of him, we have the solution architect from our side who will be talking about it. And along myself, Mohan, and I'm responsible for the Oracle Logistics COE at Infosys. I also have Venkat, who is the guru in this area, and who we closely work with him on multiple things. And he's also going to be part of this presentation today. Okay. Yeah. So since there are customers and Oracle is involved, we thought we have to certainly time that out. So that's the reason why do you see that there's this timing over there on the right. So brief about it, the introduction, I'll just close it. The SLB journey is already done, so that we are just going to talk about the second case study, and finally I'll hand it over to Venkat to talk about the how adoption in India as well as the benefits which we are going to get it out of. Now, a brief about my company and also my practice. So we are close to around $19.1 billion dollars, and close to around 350,000 plus employees and all of them. And the most important thing which you see at the bottom, services, the leadership, we have been acknowledged by the groups like finance, brand finance, or everybody, right? Like, they talk about our services in the leadership. And they also talk about from the trust built on values, right? The most ethical companies within that, we are also one of them. And the people first, right? We've been consistently in this particular people first journey. And also from a leading sustainability, if you really notice that by 2030, we will be completely carbon neutral on this one. And the last corner where you see on the left is about my Oracle practice, close to around 670 plus clients, around 10,000 plus Oracle Cloud certified experts which are working on it. And this is about my competency. So the whole Oracle practice is driven completely by competency. I am leading one of the pillar, which is nothing but this Oracle logistics competency, covering the warehousing, transportation, as well as the trade compliance, with close to around 60 plus customers, mainly global in nature, as well as the standalone like this thing. And we go with the theme, right? Our theme is basically continuous innovation to provide resilient, right, and responsive solutions. What does that mean is that a business solution covers not just the product like OTM, it also covers an end-to-end, right? So being a competency, we work horizontally across the various business units, be it high tech, or it could be automotive, or it could be onto the CPG. But our motto is to basically provide a solution which satisfies the business. And with these offerings, we have connected logistics and smart warehouse and global trade compliance, all these offerings for the various different business domains and underlying technical layer, application layer, or it could be the AI layer, everything is brought into this particular offerings in which we do that. And of course, some of the logos which you could see. And one thing which I really want to talk about on the Oracle strategic partner. So we are one of the leading Oracle strategic partner. And also in terms of the certifications, globally we are number one in terms of the overall certifications which we do, right? And as far as the OTM solutions are considered, we have 5 OTM market solutions already approved and it's been kept in over there. We already talked about SLB. I just kept it over there. And I'll request to talk about the GE appliances migration.
So actually Nishant was supposed to come over here and present the case study for GE appliances, but due to some reasons he could not make it over here. So I'm just filling it for him. So I was the solution architect for GE appliances migration. So in recent times, this was one of the most successful programs that Infosys conducted in terms of migration of on-premise setup to the cloud environment. So when we started the program, we had a lot of challenges actually. So the first and foremost challenge was there was a huge amount of data that had to be migrated from the on-premise setup to the cloud environment. I suppose, we ended up migrating as much as 500 million of database records from the on-premise to the cloud environment. Not only the volume of data was quite huge, the data had to be moved in a conditional manner. So that means we were not supposed to move the entire data from on-premise to cloud. So there were a lot of conditions imposed on configuration data and master data as well as transactional data. Another important requirement was all the timestamps of the historical transactional data had to be retained when we moved the data from on-premise to the cloud environment. And again, it comes with the challenge that we had a large number of customizations because this program was running for the last as many as 12 plus years. So a lot of PL SQL code was there, which was highly customized. That was one of the another major challenges that we had to face. Again, integrations were being used using non-compatible middleware, and as all we know, that on-premise was towards the end of the life cycle. Lastly, we had to maintain a database replica of the cloud DB environment because in the on-premise, there were a lot of analytical reporting tools which were being used. So that was another one of the main challenges, how we would accomplish that. So the solution that we used was we made use of the Infosys migration tool to migrate the data. So that tool comes in two variants. One is the DBXML as well as the CSV approach. We used the XML approach to move the master data as well as configuration data from the on-premise to the cloud environment. So, and when it came to the transactional data, we used the automated CSV approach. And it helped to retain the footprint columns of all that data from the on-premise to the cloud environment. When it came to the customizations, the major customizations in the PL SQL code, they were retrofitted into standard OTM features. So that was one main thing we were able to achieve. Lastly, there were a lot of advanced manager layouts, which we converted into the enhanced workbenches. Now, when it came to having a database replica of the OTM cloud database environment, we used a customized data replication solution wherein we built a custom solution using MuleSoft, BI Publisher APIs, and we had set up a database replica. So using that custom approach, we were able to create an asynchronous data replication from the OTM cloud environment to that local database. And that local database was used to plug in all the analytical reportings in terms of OBIA, OAC, and data lakes. So when it came to the outcomes, we were able to complete the project within a very short span of time, about 6 months or so. We also created a lot of real-time KPI management screens via using transportation operational intelligence. Lastly, the integrations which were earlier being used using seeded SOA, they were modernized, thereby enabling efficiency of data transfer from upstream and downstream systems. Well, that's it from my side. Any questions? Or otherwise, we can meet outside also. Thank you so much.
Myself, I'll just be very brief introduction about myself. So myself, Venki Krishnan. You can hear me loud and clear, right? Right. So my journey in this with Oracle, about 15 years in Oracle, and pretty much started with Sunil Kumar when he started his journey in 2008, and most of my focus has been in India and ASEAN market, largely so. And so what I wanted to say is that, so Sunil Kumar already spoke about the number of customers. So I'm not going to get into the details of that. What I want to share is that, Mohan mentioned a very important point that while we are speaking about AI, it's important in the cloud journey that customers are able to realize, get ROI and benefits out of their investments. So one of the examples that I would like to speak is which Manish mentioned about Toyota. The latest acquisition that we did, but the implementation is currently in progress. One of the things that we are trying to do with Toyota Kirloskar is, since they are embarking on a very ambitious project, and they are, they have been working on a legacy system, Cosmos, for a large period of time, and now they are, moving into an enterprise class application like OTM. And there is a lot of change management aspect of it that runs into both internally from a Toyota standpoint And externally, it becomes an onus on us to make sure that the customer is able to get benefits out of their investment. So what I mean to say is what we are doing is, and this is not only with Toyota, most of the customers that they are currently who have embarked on this journey of cloud, logistics cloud implementation, both for OTM as well as WMS, what we typically do is we are part, we participate in their steering committee discussions and to make sure that much ahead of time to find out if there are any showstoppers or anything that could arise, so that we can onboard, support and the product team, earlier, and so that we give that visibility and work on an alternative solution till it becomes an idea and finally gets incorporated into the solution. So this has been a model that we typically engage with most of the customers, and there are several examples that I can share over a period of last so many years. So with Toyota, we are embarked on a similar journey where they are embarking on this major transformation, which Manish already spoke about, the kind of transformation they are doing in terms of the business, where India is going to become the export hub for the MIA. So what we also do in this journey is, while we also speak about some of the innovations that Oracle does in this space. So customer satisfaction becomes a paramount importance, and we have a CSM, Customer Success Manager, that is deployed, and through them we orchestrate, the customer satisfaction. That's how we do it. Next slide, please. So one of the things that I wanted to mention is India. So we have 100% of the customers who are on cloud, OTM customers on cloud. Alana Sons was the last one, and they have already embarked on that journey. So we have proudly we can say 100% of our OTM customers are already in cloud. So the last 2 days we have been speaking about a lot of AI and the innovations, investments that Oracle is doing. Sunil showed a different slide. I thought so from an overall strategy standpoint, AI is something that is part of the fabric, the way when we of our conversations. What I mean to say is that all the AI features that we are talking about from a supply chain standpoint, it's all built in. It's coming as a built-in as a part of the application. So similarly, yesterday Muthu and Sundar also spoke about some of the innovations that are lined up coming up in the next year. So the same innovation is going to be extended in the logistics space as well. So so we covered this. So it's, as I said, it's embedded as a part of the core application. Yeah, next slide, please. So I'll not touch base again. We already spoke about that. Muthu and Sundar have covered this in much details. So we have a lineup of a lot of capabilities, features, and functionalities that is lined up for the next year. So one of the things, next. So for the 18th year, Oracle has been a leader in this space. And what I do is, in every conversation that I have with the customer, the next slide, please. What I do is, if you remember during our time, we used to have this flicker, right? So where you used to have this flicker of cricket players coming in, for a couple they used to come and bowl, and we used to use it as a flicker. So what I tell the customer is, if you use this for the past 18 years, if you use this as a flicker, one thing that has remained constant is that Oracle has been a leader in this space, and the gap between Oracle and its nearest competition has been widening year after year after year. So we continue to innovate in this space, and that is primarily because of one is the ability to innovate quarter after quarter, and the customer able to adopt the solution also faster. Yeah.